This is the Formula Beta 2008 from Virtual Racing Cars. It's a scratch-made open-wheel mod for Assetto Corsa on PC that has had a development journey spanning about 5 years. I was given early access to the mod and I've been playing with the car for the better part of a week, so today I'm going to tell you all about it, review it, and of course, drive it. Yo guys, Mike for Sim Racing 604, and as mentioned in the intro, say hello to the Formula Beta 2008. The name is a callback to a naming structure that Virtual Racing Cars uses to identify the relative level of motorsport highlighted by a given mod. We saw VRC release the incredible Formula Alpha 2022 earlier this year, which was a nod to Formula 1, Alpha meaning first or premier, or in that case F1, so this Formula Beta refers to a tier below F1, specifically GP2 from 2008. This era of GP2 saw drivers like Nico Hülkenberg, Romain Grosjean, Kamui Kobayashi, and even Karun Shandok behind the wheel. The Dallara GP2 08 houses a 4-liter naturally aspirated V8 engine. The aero treatment, as you can see, is very complex, well engineered, and is really only outmatched in its era by the F1 car. And just a note on that, VRC does offer 2 free and excellent mods for Assetto Corsa based on the 2007 F1 cars from Mercedes and Ferrari, if you're interested. And I mentioned earlier that this mod was about half a decade in the making. The VRC modding team began this project on the heels of releasing their F2002 mod many years ago, but due to personnel changes within the team, it never got finished. They kept it on the back burner, and with some newly acquired real-world performance data, they were able to get the Formula Beta up to the level they'd hoped. So with that history and context, it's time to drive the Formula Beta 2008 from Virtual Racing Cars. Alright, so just before we get on track, I want to take a look at this Formula Beta in the pits here, flying around using F7. And like the Formula Alpha, there's a fair bit of adjustment you can do to this car, not only visually, but also have effects on the aero. So if we quickly jump into the pit view here and go to the aero tab, as you can see, defaults to Aero Kit 2, but as you can see, if I adjust it to 0, 1, 2, or 3, it has major adjustments on that rear wing. And not only is there major adjustments, you can also do minor adjustments. So if I go to rear wing assembly here and change the number of degrees, as you can see, I can make micro adjustments to that rear wing. And there's also a gurney flap. It's a little bit tough to see. I hope my cursor shows up on screen, but you can kind of see it across the back of the wing. And as I adjust the gurney flap, that disappears. And the astute among you would have noticed there's also a front wing angle adjustment. So if I zoom in on the front wing here, we also have Aero Kit. Sorry, that angle's not great. There. Okay, so when I adjust Aero Kits, it changes the angle of the front wing. It does major adjustments rather, and then we have the minor adjustments here using the front wing angle and those gurney flaps. You can see that strip of carbon fiber across the top there, and that disappears or reappears depending on your preferred setting. There are also a few more visual adjustments. Radiators, we have to zoom in. It's going to be tougher to get a good view of this, but what you're looking at basically, yeah, you can see it. So in the center of your screen there, you see that partially covered radiator. Well, we can change the amount of covering for that radiator, and that's just a visual effect. And then the chimneys, we have to look behind on these side pods here. And I'll try and get a decent angle here so you can see the covering on the chimney as well. And then we can adjust that chimney cover. And then probably with it wide open like this, we might be able to look right down in to the cooling systems. Kind of. You can kind of see it a little bit there. Yeah, so that's the chimney. And there's also 2 mirror positions. Default position is out wide. And then if I switch to the 0, it, as you can see, it goes to the center here. Yeah, the mirror adjustments can either be narrow, like you see here, or again, wide. So pretty cool visual adjustments, and again, those aero adjustments, not just in effect, but also visual. So once again, Virtual Racing Cars going to incredible levels of detail on their cars, and there's just no end to what you could zoom in on this Formula Beta. It's another beautiful visual work by the team at VRC, so extremely well done. All right, now actually, let's go on to driving. All right, so here we go with the Formula Beta. Whoop, a little kiss on the wall. What a great start to my drive of the Formula Beta 2008. Here at Monza, turned a few practice laps, and I'm in the low 130s. If everything goes well. Whoops, you folks cannot see my lap time, can you? Let me correct that. There we go. Alright, so the goal here, the target here, will be a 131 dead. This lap, obviously, a throwaway coming out of the pits. Enough fuel for about 5 laps. So we will see what I can put together. So, obviously you came here to see if this mod is worth buying, because nobody comes to these videos to watch me drive, let's be honest. And is the mod worth buying? Yeah, it's Virtual Racing Cars. Everything they've ever done, basically, I've enjoyed. They're like Race Sim Studio in my mind. I mean, they don't miss. Even if it's not your favorite car, it's still a fantastic mod. And that's basically how I feel about this Beta 2008. I mean, I can't lie and say I was a big GP2 fan in 2008. But with that said, I mean, this is an out of the ordinary mod. It's something we don't have, I don't think, anywhere else. In Assetto Corsa, I don't think there's a competing version of this, is what I'm trying to say. And Virtual Racing Cars absolutely nailed it. So if you're looking for something a little bit different, if you're feeling like, you know, sim racing is saturated with Formula 1 and you're looking for something a little bit different, you don't want to perhaps manage all the electronic systems that an F1 car has, well, welcome to the Formula Beta 2008, because for what it is, it's phenomenal. But it's not without its challenges while driving, and I'll get into that in a second. Let me see if I can safely accelerate out of the first chicane here, because acceleration is the first one I'll talk about. If you're if your steering wheel is not pointed true down the track under acceleration, you might, not certainly, but you might be in trouble. This thing has a tendency to kick the back end around, especially if the road surface is textured, like it is here at Monza. Of course, every road surface is textured, but a little bit bumpy is what I meant to say. It can be enough to unsettle the rear tires and spin the car. Second thing is braking. You'll notice me taking it pretty easy on the brakes here in this Formula Beta, because that back end, again, wants to spin around under braking. That's something that somebody more talented at setups, I'm sure, could fix quite easily with some brake balance adjustments, but I haven't been able to find the sweet spot yet between power, braking power that is, and control, but I'm sure I'll get there. And the last thing is understeer. You'll probably notice a bit of understeer as I go through the middle sector here. That lap, by the way, 131.678. So I've got a little more than a half second to shave off. I don't think you folks can see the acceleration of this car, but it is monstrous. It is huge. It has a top speed here at Monza with aero package number 1, I believe, of about 303 kilometers an hour, which is impressive unto itself. But it's the speed at which it gets there that really impresses me. Naturally aspirated V8 engine. Very impressive performance. And we're on pace for a decent lap here, I believe. I don't know if this will be my 131 dead, but we should be getting close. And for anyone who needed to know it, MGUK is not available. Keeps happening to me when I go through Ascari, and I don't know why.
Alright, one more corner to go here. We'll see how I did. Trying to hit that 131 dead. There we go. Slightly better then. So I'll do this one more lap. But yeah, guys, if you're looking for something a little niche, a little out of the ordinary, this Formula Beta 2008 is another wonderful mod by Virtual Racing Cars. Again, I don't think they miss. And if you want to sample their works, you can, I made reference to this earlier, but you can try out their Formula Alphas from 2007. There's a Ferrari version and a Mercedes version. Both are phenomenal. They're free. And down about a 10th here on this lap. Probably pushing a bit hard. This is probably where I'm going to lose it. Yep. Understeered through that corner. Might have enough fuel for one more lap after this. I will be down time here, undoubtedly. So let's see if we can go one more. Ah, brutal understeer. Wow. Understeer bugs really got me on this lap. Alright, so yeah, like I said, the fuel indicator is yellow into orange, so I don't know if I'll get one full lap, but we'll see what we can do. Let's try it. Alright, try and get decent acceleration here out of Parabolica. Again, look for that top speed of somewhere around 300 kilometers an hour. 300, 1, 2, 3... And very light on fuel, so weight certainly is not holding me back on this lap. Just skill. No apex there. I'm afraid to lose the car, so I took a very, very safe line. Might even still be up on time by dint of playing it safe. I'm not sure. Who cares? We'll see what happens when we cross the line ultimately. Ah! Well, I know exactly what I need to tune out now. Not the greatest finish to this, but I did manage to get my 131 dead, so yeah, I'm happy. And you'll be happy too. If you're interested in this Formula Beta, it'll be on sale very, very soon. Well done to Virtual Racing Cars once again. Just can't seem to miss. And I think you guys are going to enjoy this, especially if you're a fan of this era of GP2. Alright, thanks so much for watching, and we'll see you next time.